and welcome back to Bird Arena Championship Sunday, Lindenwood, Illinois, and we are about to get underway in about 10 minutes. Both sides waiting at their respective locker rooms, ready to take the ice. This is going to be a crazy matchup. Last night, we saw Lindenwood take down Iowa State 2-1 with 2 goals in the third period by Zach Mitchell, the second of which was an absolute beauty.
Yeah, Zach Mitchell scored a beautiful goal, really took over the game in the third period. That was a very physical, very defensive hockey game. It looked like it was only going to be 1 or 2 goals that were enough to win that thing, and surely it was. Lindenwood with 2 in the third by Zach Mitchell. Like you mentioned, a beautiful goal, one of the best goals we've seen here at Bird Arena this weekend. Just danced around defenseman, had the puck on a string, on his stick, and snuck it by Derek Moser. Great effort by Iowa State, nonetheless, couldn't score goals. Michael Hales goes down in that game. He took warm-ups today. Definitely something to watch. Who is the Lindenwood starting goalie? Went down with an ankle injury, I believe it was yesterday. So it will be Hales or C-Dot. C-Dot came on in relief, played exceptionally well, Shane, yesterday for the Lions.
Yeah, Cooper C-Dot picked up the W yesterday for Lindenwood. I talked to their coaching staff. They said it was an ankle injury for Hales. We'll see whether or not he takes the ice as a starter or as the backup. More from that to follow. But last night we saw Illinois take down the Bobcats of Ohio 5-4. 5 second period goals for Illinois. They were scoreless in the first, scoreless in the third, but they got all they needed there in that second stanza.
Yeah, second period they absolutely exploded. 5 goals, a couple lucky bounces, but ultimately a lot of skill from Illinois. Sneaking the puck by. I really think the turning point in that game was Joe Rittendale's goal. Like we saw the first goal he scored back here at Bird Arena 2 Saturdays ago, overtime game winner against Ohio. Similar type goal, really wicked slap shot from the point. Keep an eye on Joe Rittendale, the captain. Doesn't have a lot of size, but more than makes up for it with his hockey IQ and that shot. I mean, wow, what an explosive slap shot.
And Bobby Ernsting, too, that goal down low there in the circle area of the ice toward the goal line. In the late second period, I think it was about 9 seconds left to put them up 5-3, and that was the difference. His 13th of the season. Just to recap, the goal scorers yesterday for the Illini, Chance Homerin scored the first of the night for Illinois. Joey Rittendale, as you mentioned, followed him up. Luke Forfar added one as well. Number 44 had a good game himself. Stephen Quinn put the puck in the back, and then he was assisted by number 13, James McGing, the leading goal scorer for the Illini. And then obviously Bobby Ernsting capping things off. And a good start in net last night for Jake Barnhart. He did his job. He kept them in the contest. He moves to 9-0-0 on the season, 130 goals against average. Pretty astronomical numbers. Yeah,
Jake Barnhart, can't say enough about this guy. Took over, actually we saw him start taking over the starting position here against Ohio 2 weekends ago. Dave Heflin goes down with a scary injury, has to be helped off the ice, but Jake Barnhart, can't say enough about this guy. Ridiculous statistics, goals against under 1. You can't ask for much more than that. He's a huge reason, if not the biggest reason, Illinois is here playing for a CSCHL championship in just about 5 minutes.
Yep, and these two teams have some familiar, kind of work with each other over the course of the season. They split both games 1-1 on home ice, respectively. 2 overtime games as well, 1 shootout game. 1 overtime game went to a shootout. But very tight contest again here today. We're expecting more of the same from all of the counterparts in the CSCHL. This is kind of indicative of this division.
Yeah, I mean, these are 2 teams that love throwing the body around. Like you said, the CSCHL has a specific brand of hockey, and I think that brand involves a lot of physicality, a lot of skill, and even some speed. But expect a low-scoring game. Lindenwood plays a great defensive game. They love to suffocate you in the neutral zone, really make it hard for you to get through the middle of the ice, and that's what they did against Iowa State yesterday, just allowing 1 goal by Iowa State there in the first period, and after that, really just shutting off the Cyclones. So Lindenwood, very physical hockey team. It's hard to score goals against them. It's hard to get 2 or 3 goals a game.
Yeah, the last time these two guys linked up, December 1st and 2nd in Illinois. Illinois took a 2-1 overtime victory on that Friday night game. Jordan Klomoski started the scoring for the Lions. Evan Sabo and Drew Richter finished it for the Illini. Drew Richter, named to watch out for here today. He has put in 13 goals this season. Certainly has the scoring touch, could be a factor here. And then that Saturday game, 4-1 Lindenwood. Tommy Heinzman had 2 power play goals. Mike Lozano added another 3 power play goals on the night for the Lions. Do you think that the special teams for these teams is going to be a factor? We know that Lindenwood leads in both power play and penalty kill percentage in the CSCHL.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get to this time of year, and we talked about it in the Illinois game last night. They're a team that's physical. Like Lindenwood, when you're physical, you're going to take some penalty minutes. It comes with the territory. So I think whichever team stays out of the box is going to have a huge edge in this game. We saw Illinois. They're more than capable on the power play. Lindenwood didn't get so many opportunities the other day, but they're more than capable on the power play. You know, they have a lot of huge defensemen, a lot of huge forwards as well that they can select from to put at the point, and they really like working that puck around at the blue line, working it up top, and getting generating power play opportunities from that point on the ice.
And Lindenwood only allowed 1 goal yesterday, 52 goals allowed in the entire
Very
season.
stingy.
That's an incredible number to
Yes.
have there. Illinois obviously put up 5 last night. Do you think that they are able to crack Lindenwood here today and get a couple more on the board?
Well, I think 5's a pretty ambitious goal total against Lindenwood. Like we said, a very defensive team, a very goaltending depth team in between CDOT and Hales. That might be the best goaltending tandem that we've seen here in the ACHA, certainly in the CSCHL. So I think 5's an ambitious number, but something they're going to have to do is really make the goaltender be active early, put the shots on early and often. We saw Iowa State, struggle to get a lot of opportunities past the first period last night, and give Lindenwood credit. They did a good job of shutting off that Iowa State forecheck and establishing their own on the other end of the ice.
That is a fact. Who are you looking forward to seeing out here for both the Lions and the Illini? Who do you think is going to be the biggest difference maker for each team?
Well, I think Zach Mitchell is a guy, obviously, easy pick, scored 2 goals in the third period yesterday, really took over that game at times. It's like we mentioned all weekend here, it's, your lower players or maybe depth guys who don't expect to step up as much, that usually step up and win you those games. So I'll be curious to see what Zach Mitchell can build on his performance. And I think for Illinois, I think Ernsting's a guy you have to look to. Great hands, great speed, and one of the best shots we've seen this weekend too. So I would look out for Robert Ernsting when Illinois has the puck.
And we've seen a lot of play in the neutral zone over the course of these games, a lot of tight hockey, both sides looking to gain an edge in the offensive zone here. Do you think that is going to come via the boards? Do you think that's going to come via the middle of the ice? We saw last night Illinois get into Jimmy Thomas's crease, get into those gritty areas down near the net. Is Lindenwood going to be able to keep them out with guys like Apo Nurminen, who are those big body defensemen, using those sticks to kind of drive those players the other way?
Well, I don't think Illinois or Lindenwood, for that matter, is going to have any questions about it. They're both going to come to try and come right down the middle of the ice. I mean, they never hide anything to do. Both teams play a very straightforward brand of hockey. It's not really a contrast of styles, but it's going to be a contrast in what they have to try and do to each other. Both teams are going to go right down the middle of the ice. So whoever get to the middle of the ice easier is going to ultimately have a better time getting scoring chances and winning this hockey game. Expect a ton of block shots. Expect a lot of loud noises coming off the pads and knees of guys. Expect a lot of guys getting in passing lanes, shooting lanes. It's going to be a chippy hockey game. Might be slow at times. Let's be honest. Both of these teams are physical, but ultimately it's going to be a war to see who can get to that net first.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, folks, and when we come back, we will have the puck drop here on AVW Presents Hockey. And we are back here at Byrne Arena down at ice level. The referees take the ice. A little bit of a delay there, but we are about to get underway. It looks as though Lindenwood is heading out and Illinois will follow on the other end. We are going to send it to our PA announcer for the announcement of the starting lineups and the playing of the national anthem.
Hockey League Tournament Final. Today pits the University of Illinois as the visiting team against the Lindenwood University Lions as our home team. Starting for Illinois, in goal number 1, Jake Barnhart. At defense, number 2, Captain Joseph Rittendale. At right wing, number 13, James McGinn. At center, number 15, Eric Cruikshank. At left wing, number 25, Grant Stew. At defense, number 27, Joe Nolan. University of Illinois is coached by the fighting Nick Fabridi. And now the starting lineups for the Lindenwood University Lions. Left forward, number 4, Jordan Kilmosky. Left defense, number 5, Mitch Reese. At center, number 7, Alexander Carlson. Right defense, number 21, Jake Townsend. At right wing, number 23, Zach Mitchell. In goal, number 30, Cooper Cedar. Lindenwood University is coached by the Rick Sambo, with assistant coaches Mark Abbey, Trey Flesh, and Gary Gardner. We invite you to direct your attention to the south end of the arena for the playing of the national anthem.
And there you have it, folks. Championship Sunday about to get underway here at Byrne Arena. Not the same crowd size that we saw last night for Illinois, Ohio, but certainly a few fans in the stands ready to root on their respective teams. And we're waiting for both sides to converge at center ice. I'm Shane Dazen, Ethan Graham. To my left, we have the call for you guys, as usual. Gonna be a good one, huh?
Yeah, it is gonna be a great day of hockey here at OSINC Byrne Arena. One of these teams we will be crowning the CSCHL championship for the 2018 season. Will it be the Lions of Lindenwood or the Fighting Illini all the way from Champaign? 60 minutes of hockey will let us know.
Lindenwood coming into the matchup 24-3-5. Illinois 23-8-2. Bobby Ernsting at center ice. Alexander Carlson, his counterpart, and we are underway here. Illinois moves the puck into their end to start action. They'll go D to D and try to get it out, and they do just that.
Shane, pretty surprised this is our 4th game here of how well the ice is holding up this weekend. Always a factor here at Bird Arena. It's been about 60 or 50 degrees all weekend. The ice is holding up surprisingly well, but could change as the game goes on.
And last night, we spoke about that potential biblical flood that was going to happen in Athens. It wasn't as bad as everybody thought. That's good news for everybody here at Bird Arena. We're not playing underwater. We're playing on frozen ice.
Well, that's good. Certainly be hard to play hockey if the ice wasn't frozen. Then I guess it wouldn't be ice, huh?
Nope, that would be like water hockey.
Yeah.
Water polo, water hockey. I don't know if that would work. But anyway, folks, back to the action. Mitch Reese cannot keep that puck in. Jordan Klomoski feeds it over the blue line and works it back to Joe Nolan of Illinois. Mitch Reese intercepts in the neutral zone. Tommy Heinzman picks it up, and he skates backward.
A lot of this game in the early going being played in the neutral zone. Shane, neither team really able to possess the puck here in the first minute or 10 seconds.
Joey Caprio possesses, and he moves it ahead. Picked off by Jake Townsend. And up to Heinzman once more. Shot by Heinzman. Wide right of the blocker of Jake Barnhart, and that goes to the corner. And there is Caprio on the other side, up to Stu, and banked out of the zone. Played back in by the Lions. Touch pass to Caprio again. He has a man and Chance Homerin. And he gets a stick on it and puts it down by Cooper Cedot.
Yeah, Cedot getting the start today after Hales went down with that ankle injury again. Played very admirably.
Beautiful play there by Kalu to knock that puck out of midair. He gets the shot off. Another shot from the point. Squeezed into the glove by Jake Barnhart. 18:09 on the clock, about a minute 51 into the contest. 2-0 early shot lead for the Lions.
There's Apo Nerman in the finished product, showing off that explosive and very spicy slap shot from the point. A good save by Barnhart. 18:09 remaining in the first period, still scoreless.
Apo Nerman has 9 goals on the season. He will be looking to extend that to double digits here today. Nick Green plays the puck back to the Illinois zone. And here comes Rittendale. Shot by Rittendale. Off the boards. Behind CDOT. To the corner. Goes the play. Kellner in on it. Lions able to work it back up to the point. No one is there for the shot, and a great glove save there through traffic by CDOT. He makes the stop for the whistle.
A great shot there by Nolan to find that one all the way to the net through a lot of traffic, but an even better glove save by CDOT to find that puck through a very crowded crease area. Lindenwood does not want to let that many bodies find their way in front of CDOT. We'll have a hard time seeing that puck if that continues.
Around the end boards into the right-hand side of the ice goes the play. And they'll head back the other way now as it stops along the half-board. Muskala in for the Illini. Looks as though Owad converges in the corner with him. Novosel takes the puck out and puts it on the leg pad of CDOT. Play along the boards again as Candotti touches it. Moves it to Graham. Shot by Graham. Kicks back out and to the right-hand corner. The Lions get it out. This is Klomoski. Shot by Klomoski. Safeguarded away by Barnhart. Another chance for Klomoski. He tries to drag it back to get some space, and he cannot do so.
Yeah, Klomoski just couldn't get that one on his stick in a position where he could pull the trigger. A beautiful scoring opportunity and a great effort by Klomoski to get to the middle of the ice, the net though.
Jordan Klomoski has a goal this year against the Illini, albeit it was against David Heflin, who is out of action here today.
Both teams on their backup goalies, Shane. Really strange we see that this time of year.
And you know how we talked about maybe an unfamiliar face being the difference maker. We were looking at forwards and defensemen. It might be the goaltenders.
It could be. Very good point.
Lions keep it in the zone. Joe Nolan to Kolaz on the half wall. And Kalu able to break up that barge. Flipped out of the play. Kolaz with speed, trying to work around Townsend. And he does get it back to Forfar. Luke Forfar on his backhand, turns around and sweeps it to Kreutzschank. Lions with a last-ditch effort to get it out of the zone. Heinzman high off the glass and out of play in the Illini bench. We're going to get a whistle.
Looks like we're going to get a trip called as the penalty music song plays. Looks like we're going to have an Illini skater going off to the box. That's going to be number 15, Eric Kreutzschank. Assessed a 2-minute tripping major. Illinois will get a 2-minute power play here, 15:44 remaining in the first period.
Face off out to Barnhart's left. In the Illini defensive zone. 2 minutes on the clock for the Lions to work on the man advantage, and they'll see what they can do with it. Quick glove save there by Barnhart off the draw. Nurminen with the quick release.
It's a good opportunity there from Lindenwood, just immediately shooting that puck from the point. Notice how they don't have any defensemen standing at the point, really banking on winning this faceoff.
And that burned them a couple times yesterday when they won faceoffs back to that point area, and they ended up going all the way down the ice. They had to regroup. Right now, they're not having such trouble as Lozano possesses. He moves it low. Looking for a man, and they cannot connect. That one slides through both defenders and all the way down to CDOT.
I'm sure Tommy Heinzman wants to have that one back. Just threads the needle there. A little too much. Lindenwood will have to set up once again.
Out comes Nurminen with it. Touches it up to Townsend, number 21, over the blue line. Sends it in. Lozano there first for the Lions. Nurminen can't keep it. And here comes Bobby Ernsting. He has some time. What can he do with it? Not too much, as Kalu took the puck off the feed from Ernsting. He was looking for his man coming into the zone, and he could not find him. Ernsting with the puck again. Chewing up some clock here as 55 seconds remain on the power play for the Lions.
Shane, these are two teams playing their second game in 2 days, and both coming out of town, very long road trips for each team. Fatigue will certainly become a factor in this game as we age into the second and third period.
There is Colbeans. And back to Wilk. Carlson circles and gives it to Colbeans, whose stick moved it into the Illini zone. Back in Lindenwood's end. The assistant captain for the Lions, Austin Wilk, moves it up. Colbean's in. Carlson rushes to the corner, and out with it come the Lions. 7 seconds to work with here. Skating with the puck behind the net, number 6, Matt Runyon. Lozano back to Runyon. Out in front for Carlson. He gets a good opportunity. Down low. Illinois kills off the power play. We're back to even strength as Kelder moves to the ice. He centers one for Richter.
Yeah, Richter only got his tip of his stick on that pass, put it on the net. I think if he would have got more of that, we would be looking at a 1-0 Illinois lead right now, Shane. 13:23 remaining in the first period.
And he had Richter coming down that right post hard. 2-on-1 opportunity. CDOT didn't have to make a play on it as the two could not connect. Illinois has it again. Cruikshank out of the box and onto the ice for the Illini. He falls hard as CDOT makes the save. About 7 minutes gone in the first period already. A fast-paced game, much like we've seen all weekend. 4-3 are the shots in favor of the Lions.
Good play there by Hunter Rushmeyer in that last shift to take the Illinois skater out of the play, direct him away from the net, and stop it. What would have been a great scoring chance for Illinois to get their first goal of the game.
Cruikshank at the dot, tied up with Nick Green. McGing touches it back to the point. Caprio sends it through off the leg pad of CDOT and back out to the top of the zone. The Lions have some space here as Lombardi takes it in. Shot by Lombardi, kicked out by Barnhart.
Yeah, Barnhart's going to have to get those rebounds under control. Huge one given up right there.
Backhanded by Zagrani to Townsend. Zagrani gets the feed again. Cruikshank blocks his attempted shot. Flips it into the zone and heads back to the bench. Mitch Reese with some trouble. James McGing on the turnover. McGing slid one through the crease. Nick Green there to pick it up. Jake Townsend, the NCAA transfer from U.S. Lowell, leads all CSCHL defensemen in points. Did not score yesterday, but he has a history of putting the puck in the back of the net.
A lot of good experience from Townsend, too, like you mentioned.
Illinois can't possess it. Trying to get the shot off was number 14 for the Illini, Neil Novosel. Jordan Klomoski now down the other way. Number 4 backhands one to the top of the net. Cade Oad could not get a handle on it as he fell to the ice. And Nurminen takes it in deep. Pinching is the big-body defenseman, the finished product for the Lions. Shot by Nurminen to the right-hand post and squeezed and settled for the whistle by Barnhart. Good opportunity there for Nurminen, using that size to dictate the play down in the corner.
Yeah, Lindenwood was swarming. They finally got the puck pinned in their own end. A good couple of scoring opportunities for the Lions there in that last shift, but Barnhart keeps it scoreless with 11:36 remaining in period number 1. Lindenwood leads in the shot clock to 6-4 as of right now.
And that first line for the Lions back out on the ice. Lozano, Kalu, and Heinzman. For the Illini, Forfar, Kolaz, and Ernsting. Nolan and Rittendale on the point. And Kalu sends it wide, possessing that puck and keeping it away from Nolan, turning it over to Forfar, and the Illini work it back out. Over the red line is Kolaz, and across the blue line of the Lions. Puts one on net, and there's CDOT for the save.
Both goalies flexing their goaltender muscles very early. This one as we approach the halfway point of the first period. Shane Dazen and Ethan Graham here with you. So glad you've taken time out of your Sunday fun day to join us here at Osai Seabird Arena for the CSCHL Championship game. It's been a good one so far. Still waiting our first goal though.
Flips one to the slot. That's banged out by a couple bodies that were clogging the lane. Joe Nolan tries again, and indeed the same result. Lozano is dragged down by number 10 for the Illini. That is Drew Richter. Nolan takes the feed from Kellner at the point, sends it to his captain, Joe Rittendale. Along the boards and wrapped around behind the net. There is Bauza, and he has it stripped from him by Drew Richter. Nolan tried to feed Richter on the half wall. Richter does come up with the puck after Lindenwood misplayed it. He takes it to the center of the ice, and his progression is stopped by the Lions. They get it back out. Trying to catch Lindenwood on a change is the Illini. Nolan gave it to Kellner, and he lost his footing as he tumbled to the ice.
Yeah, we saw a couple of guys eat the dirt there on this shift. The ice is certainly becoming more slick than the players are used to. It's wearing down quickly here in the first period.
And by the end of that first game yesterday, that crease area heading to the net was very, very wet.
Yeah, there's a significant amount of moisture in the crease there, but give this Bird Arena ice staff a lot of credit for keeping this rink the best they can. It's a 60-year-old building and a lot of character, but sometimes it does show its age.
I don't think anybody in Athens would have it any other way.
No, I agree.
Down to the right of Barnhart in the Illini zone. Cruikshank to take the faceoff for Illinois. Countering him is Carlson. And it goes to the boards off the draw. There is Carlson trying to dig it out. Turned over to Cruikshank. And a nice move there by McGing. We've seen those deeks all weekend long. We know that he can move like Jagger. Oh, and that one bounces back to the net. Almost a fortuitous bounce for the Illini. They try to sweep it back to the crease. Cruikshank sends it to the boards on the attempt. Tomoski can't work around Candotti.
Yeah, excellent poke check there by Mark Candotti. Looked like Lindenwood was advancing the puck with speed, but that is exactly how you poke the puck away.
Townsend toying with Quinn as he sends it to his partner, Mitch Reese. The Lions get it in. Illinois playing catch to break out, and they do just that. Quinn with speed to the corner, and he meets Austin Wilk. And Wilk slides it ahead for Nurminen. He's squeezed off the puck by Novosel. Nick Green trying to kick it to his forehand. Instead, he will have to forecheck as Illinois tries to get the puck back out once more. Nick Green there.
Yeah, Green tried to tip that puck on net. We've seen both teams really make a conscious effort to deflect that puck on net. Both of these goalies have been on their game, both Barnhart and CDOT. It's going to take change in directions. There's a shot from a horrible angle that Barnhart is able to stop, but he could not do that last day to Gianni Evangelesti. Maybe Lindenwood was aware of that. Evangelesti took a shot from a horrible angle last day that somehow found its way beyond Barnhart. Intelligent hockey there from the Lions.
The man who put that one on net, Zach Mitchell, scored twice yesterday against Iowa State. And a good look there, trying to catch Barnhart off guard. I like what he was able to do with that one. Zagrodny in the slot, banks one off the boards. Out to the left side of the ice now. Blocked in front by Caprio. He tried to find Kolaz in the neutral zone. That one's going to go for an icing.
8:15 remaining in the first period of play. Still scoreless. We are here at Bird Arena. Lindenwood trying to go back-to-back in the CSCHL tournament. Of course, they beat Ohio in double overtime in the final last year. Rick Zombo and his coaching staff and the rest of the Lions trying to roar their way to a second straight title.
And Nick Fabrini and the Illini trying to deny them of that opportunity. Illinois finished third in the CSCHL this year, but that doesn't really mean much. There was a lot of jockeying for positioning, and they picked up some key wins against some very good opponents.
Yeah, they definitely did, and they're playing some of their best hockey this season here at Bird Arena. Very comfortable on this ice. We saw them split with Ohio 2 weeks ago as well here in this very building.
We know about Champaign, Illinois, and the rink that the Illini play in, an Olympic-sized surface. This one much smaller, but they don't seem like they're taking that into consideration as being a problem. Moving very well along the boards, using the limited ice surface to their advantage here.
They're just playing the same game on a smaller sheet of ice, you know?
Luke Forfar able to check one back deep. Behind the goal line is the play. Lindenwood's Jake Townsend moves it along for Heinzman. Heinzman had 2 power play goals the last time these guys linked up. A 4-1 victory for the Lions. Heinzman, one of Lindenwood's offensive weapons this year, having a great season himself. Number 9 with 25 points in the regular season. Down low is Homerin. It's a pushing and shoving as play is whistled dead. 9-5 now. Lindenwood leads in the shot category. Homerin had one last night.
Yeah, I think Lindenwood might have just caught a break there. Refs blew the early whistle. I don't know if CDOT completely had control of that puck, but nonetheless, we'll tee it up once more. 7:04 remaining in the first period. Homerin's going to take this face-off against Nick Green.
And one back by Homerin. Opilka could not catch up to the play. It goes into the Illini defensive zone. And there first is Lindenwood. Bauza able to get it in. Counter along the boards. Pushed down there by the Lions. Touch back to Bauza again. Up to Mitchell. With speed through the neutral zone. Sends it wide, puts it on net. Kicked out by Barnhart. Another one. Barnhart's way into the netting for the whistle. That one came from the defense, number 3, Hunter Rushmeyer.
Yeah, Barnhart making a couple of rapid-fire saves. He just pads that one into the protected netting. Jake Barnhart very good with those goalie pads on his legs. The big pillows sends that one out of play and gets a stoppage.
And as you mentioned earlier, Barnhart 9-0-0 this year, 130 goals against average, and a 938 save percentage. That is after giving up 4 last night to the Bobcats, so that says something about what his season's been like.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous statistical season from Barnhart. Be curious to see what he could do with a full season's worth of games. Maybe he'll get an opportunity next year.
I'm sure he's ready to take advantage of it. Komoski over the blue line, sends one on. Nice save there by Barnhart once more. He's made 11 of them to this point. Komoski moves it back to Wilk. Feeds it to Carlson. Some strong skating in the neutral zone, able to get it in. Moving backward now is the Illini forward unit, trudging ahead. Kate Owad, and that luscious lettuce moving the puck up.
Yeah, he has some of the best hair I've ever seen. As that one is offsides, Appenurbanen takes that puck across. We see a lot of guys with excellent hair in the ACHA, but I don't know if anyone has better hair than Owad.
He would definitely make the Hockey Hair All-Star team. That's a fact.
No question about that. First team, first line.
Face off in the neutral zone just ahead of the Illini blue line. One on by Illinois. And Nolan directs one all the way from the red line down to CDOT. He will settle it along the ice and whistle dead.
5:35 remaining here in the first period of play. No goals scored yet. Lindenwood really started to take advantage on the shot clock there, leading 11-6.
Much like last night, in which there were very few goals scored in the first period for both clubs here. Only one in the Illinois game, that was Timmy Thurnau.
Yes.
And only one in the Lindenwood game as well.
Bit of a feeling out process, if you will, between these two teams.
A beautiful play through the legs of Nolan. Moves it up to Novosel, and here is Moskaluk in on the play for Illinois. CDOT able to safeguard it back to his defenseman on the other side. Ernsting pokes it back to Opilka, and the assistant captain sends it to Nolan, his defensive partner. Touched up by Quinn in the neutral zone. And the Lions possess. D once more for the Illini. That one bounces around and is picked up again by Opilka. Spinorama off the backhand along the board area. And Illinois does get it. Forfar trying to get around Reach, and it's in his feet. He cannot find it. Illinois' Jake Townsend does. Takes it away from him.
Yeah, Forfar's had a great weekend of games. Been one of the best players on the ice for any team this weekend, almost getting a goal right there.
The goal scorer for Lindenwood yesterday, Zach Mitchell. Trying to chunk one Barnhart's way. Didn't get much of that one as Hunter Rushmeyer takes it in the neutral zone.
There's visible debris of snow on the ice right now, Shane. It's bad out there.
Bobby Ernsting off the glass behind CDOT. 4 minutes and counting remaining in the period. 12-6 are the shots in favor of the Lions. Kolaz takes a tumble, but gets it back to Caprio. Flipped on net and off the helmet of CDOT into the netting for a whistle.
That's using your head right there by Cooper. CDOT stops that one with his noggin. Sends it out of play. 3:46 remaining in the first period.
Chance Omer and Drew Richter and David Kellner out on the forward unit for the Illini. Jack Graham and Mark Handotti take the defense for Lindenwood. Carlson, Klimowski, Rushmeyer, Bauza, and Owad. Hand up by the refs, whistle dead, and we are going to get a call here. We'll see what it is. Both heads
Looking
back
like it's
to
going
their
to be
bench.
hooking.
Bauza heading to the box. Number 20, Brett Bauza, was the guilty party. Illinois on the power play for the first time here today. CDOT watches it skip through his crease off the face-off. And then Illini loses his stick. That is Luke Forfar. He picks it back up. Illinois keeps it in the zone. There on the left circle, top of the circle, is 24, Bobby Ernsting. Trying to set up shop are the Illini. They move it low to Forfar, and he cycles back up top. Touch pass back to Forfar. Low now is Ernsting, number 24. Looking for a lane. And he has Opilka. Back to Ernsting. Trying to set up a one-timer here. Shot by Ernsting. Good save there by CDOT.
Yeah, good job by CDOT taking away that post and really just getting his body in front of that one. Saw Illinois score some goals late in the period against Ohio last night. Let's see if they can continue that trend with 2:49 left here in the first.
McGing stick handles. Back to Opilka. Touched up to Kroikshank and gives it back to number 22 again. His shot is blocked in the slot. And a slew of players converge along the right-hand boards. Skipped off by Forfar. CDOT collects himself and makes a save there as he got a piece of it.
Neither team really having much success on the power play. Both teams generating shots, but no really significant scoring chances coming on the man advantage. Both teams, Lindenwood and Illinois, doing an exceptional job of penalty killing to this point.
And Lindenwood really playing that house so well here, putting those guys in the middle of the ice and forcing that play to the outside. We saw that with McGing trying to find a seam to send the puck through, and he just could not. And as we look at the clock, 12 seconds left on the power play for the Illini. They may have one rush here if they get it up quickly. This is Stuve over the blue line. Kellner able to keep it. Kolaz also on the ice. Joe Nolan to the net. And Richter to the corner to pick up the rebound. And he slides that along that boarding. It wraps around the other way. Illinois unable to score on the power play. Back out is Bauza. He'll head to the bench as Nermanen and Jake Townsend take the defense.
Yeah, Lindenwood is not wanting to have Brett Bauza in the box. He's been one of the best defensemen in this tournament all weekend. played some great minutes.
Heinzman, Kalu, and Colbean's out here on the forward unit for the Lions. For the Illini, Moskaluk, Novosel, and Quinn. Back on the blue line, Joe Nolan and Joey Rittendale. 1 minute left in the period. A scoreless first 19 minutes as these two teams compete for a CSCHL championship. Joe Rittendale behind his own net. Passes it to Novosel. Novosel does a good job squeezing Kalu off the puck. Nolan faces pressure, and he composes himself. Gets it up to Stu. Moskaluk to Novosel in the middle of the ice. And a big save there by CDOT. Streaking down the center lane was Stu. He could not catch up to the rebound. 18 seconds left in the period. Puck kicks back out. Townsend can't catch up. And here is Krojcik, and he cannot handle it. Turned over to his defenseman, captain's number 2, Joe Rittendale. And this will do it, folks. End of the first period as Illinois gets it deep. 0-0 after 1. A very touchy game to this point. Both sides feeling each other out, as we mentioned. 13-9 are the shots. A lot of play down low, some physicality, and some great saves by both netminders.
Yeah, both goalies, like you said, having to play one of their best periods of the season. You know, CDOT and Barnhart dealing with a lot of deflections. You know, the ice quality is not the best, so those pucks that the goalies are having to face, taking some extra, bounces that are of the unusual variety as well.
Yeah, and you know what? 20 minutes have poured off the clock. Neither side has scored, but I don't think that either coach is necessarily upset about that. I think that both sides played a pretty even game there in the first period. Neither one is down. Not too mad about that.
No, I think Lindenwood maybe has a slight edge. They're possessing the puck a little bit more, getting more shots, but I don't know that they've necessarily gotten great scoring chances, and nor has Illinois. I think that's really going to be the message in Nick Fabrini's locker room heading into the second period. Just get to the middle of the ice. You know, let's keep working the puck low. We saw 4-4 have a really nice chance at the end of the period.
There you have it, folks. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will fill you in and get you ready for the second period here at the CSCHL Championship at Bird Arena. We are back at Bird Arena, folks. After one period of play, it's a 0-0 tie, Lindenwood, Illinois, for all the marbles here at the CSCHL title. 13-9 are the shots for the Lions at the end of one period. Jake Barnhart doing a good job stopping all of those, and his counterpart, Cooper Cedot, doing a very admirable job himself, making 9 saves in the period.
Yeah, definitely a position, in terms of goaltending, personnel that these teams wouldn't expect to find themselves in, with Michael Hales going down to ankle injury last night, Dave Heffling going down with an injury here at Bird Arena a couple weeks ago. But nonetheless, two of the best goaltending depth teams in the ACHA, in the CSCHL, certainly in a big position to win the tournament championship because of their goaltending. Both stood tall in the first period. It's going to be interesting to see who cracks first.
And we talked about how this was a feeling out process in the first period, 0-0 tie. Who do you think gets off the schneid here and puts their team up ahead in the second? What are the keys for both clubs here heading into the second stanza?
Well, I think Lindenwood was playing some really good minutes. They were getting close at the end of the period. I know Robbie Ernstine had a good chance there. Drew Richter, I thought, nearly had a goal. He came in, had a chance to deflect the puck on net and score a goal, but unable to get it by CDOT. So I think Illinois is getting the better opportunities, but Lindenwood's getting more. I don't know one team had a huge edge in the first period, but I think Illinois did have slightly better scoring chances. So if I had to guess, I would say Illinois will get on the board first.
Alrighty, folks, we're going to send it down to the ice and get you back to the action. Both teams meet at center red. It is eerily quiet here at Bird Arena.
No, it's strange.
Ernstine set to take the opening draw of the second period against Carlson. He does win it back to the Illini D to start action here in period number 2. Forfall also out on the ice, as well as Tommy Kolaz up top, Rittendale and Nolan, as usual, on the blue line. And for the Lions, Carlson, Klamoski, and number 23, Zach Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell had those 2 goals last night, still looking to get on the board here. I'm sure he'd be like to be the first one to open the scoring for Lindenwood.
Illinois takes the puck out of their own end. Assistant captain Bobby Ernstine off of Klamoski's right shoulder. That one flips back up and is settled by the Illini. Over the stick of Reese, down for an icing, and we'll get a whistle.
CDOT wraps that one up in his glove, hands it off to Cam McCambridge, who's having quite the workload this weekend. This guy seems like he's been on the ice all year at Bird Arena, calling a few games this week and doing an admirable job, as well as good old Cam, one of my favorite CSCHL referees.
And now can you forget about guys like Jake Music?
Yes, you can.
Corey Lamaski.
You can.
These referees this year doing a great job. Certainly don't even have to make a name for themselves because they've got the names already.
Yeah.
Touched up by Kreutzschank, shy of the blue line, into the zone for the Illini. Kicked back out by Lindenwood, but no further than the red line as Opilka puts his stick down on the ice and settles it. Down in for Heinzman. Softly to his defensive partner there. Behind the goal line, Austin Wilk. Back in, and CDOT will step out of his crease.
Yeah, CDOT rotating that one around the boards with his stick like a washing machine.
Nice sliding save there by Kalu as he went down to block the Illini shot. Omerin trying to catch up to that one. Down low, could not. Number 9 heads below the goal line to give a helping out to number 13, James McGing, who is on the ice here for Illinois, and Coach Fabrini. Joe Nolan, and another shot blocked by Wilk. And these guys unafraid to give up their bodies. Kellner backhands one. On net, the rebound taken by Drew Richter. Skips over the blue line. Joe Nolan is sandwiched by Kalu. Still able to work it back out to the neutral zone, and Illinois will get it in deep.
Yeah, Illinois doing a good job of getting that puck in deep, like you mentioned, really working to establish that forecheck, something they struggled to do in the first period, Shane.
Kellner calls for help as he heads to the bench. Moskaluk flying out from that bench area of the Illini. Stephen Quinn on the ice, as well as Neil Novosel. And stepping offside was Mike Zagrodny. We'll get a whistle here. 17-21, 13-12 are the shots. 3-0 in this period for the Illini.
Yeah, very evenly contested hockey game, Shane. No team really taking the advantage as we open the third period here, about almost 3 minutes in. 17-21 remaining in the second period of this game.
Illinois backtracks. Novosel skips it up. Colbeans with the shot as he wheeled back into the zone. Zagrodny on the other end. Touch pass up to his point man. Rushmeyer can't settle it. And Bauza watches that one get in deep. Ernsting to his assistant captain, Tyler Opilka, number 22. Cannot find his man in the neutral zone. Off the skate of Forfar. Rushmeyer now in. Number 3. Shot and he buries it! Hunter Rushmeyer sneaks it 5-hole on Jake Barnhart, and he gives his team a 1-0 lead. First goal of the afternoon. First goal of the CSCHL championship. Hunter Rushmeyer using that speed and his good size to come into the zone, and he looked one way and put it the other, and he put his team up.
Yeah, Rushmeyer nearly checked into the bench of Illinois earlier in that shift, the give and go, and he sends the puck right into the back of the net. Excellent shot there by Rushmeyer to give Lindenwood a 1-0 lead with 16.5 minutes remaining in the second period.
Rushmeyer there, the defenseman for the Lions. Not afraid to carry the puck, maybe like a guitar, what Coach Rick Zombo said struck a chord.
Yeah, it's a great analogy, great word use.
Mitch Reese over the blue line in the offensive zone. Behind the goal line. And there is Ernsting, who takes a hard hit from Carlson. Carlson at the top of his offensive end, able to send it back deep. And here are the Illini. Townsend feeds Komoski. In the corner goes to play. That's Kate Owad. And the two number 18s, Jack Graham and Owad, knock each other around there along the half wall. Another shot by Reese. Cannot get through traffic.
Shane getting word now that that Lindenwood goal was scored by Hunter Rushmeyer with assist to Jordan Klomovsky. That's Rushmeyer from Klomovsky.
5 minutes off the board here in the second period. Jake Barnhart waiting patiently in net. His team going the other way with it. That is Tommy Kolaz. He cannot find his man. Number 15, Eric Cruikshank. Here is Lindenwood, and they will send that up the elevator shaft into the netting for the blown dead play.
Huge goal there by Rushmeyer to open the scoring with exactly 15 minutes left in the first period. Very tight defensive game like last night's game with Lindenwood. You kind of get the sense that it's only going to take 1 or 2 more goals to win this thing.
The boards absorb that shot. Lozano jumps up, settles it out of the air. Back is Nurmanen, and he unleashes one. And Nolan is feeling the after effects of that Nurmanen slap shot. An absolute clap bomb there for number 25. And here's Heinzman, number 9. Shakes and bakes, and he has no man in the slot, or no lane to get it to him. Nurmanen again. End around to Wilk. Touch pass back to Nurmanen. Looking to create some opportunities here are the Lions, up 1-0. Zagrodny looking for Mitchell off the bench, and he sends it ahead of him. Mitchell takes the shot, going down to one knee to get a little extra mustard on that one.
Yeah, Nolan trying to send that puck out, just banking it behind him, but a good scoring opportunity by Lindenwood, and an even better save by Jake Barnhart. Hands it off to Cam McCabbage, says, look what I found. It's the puck.
Out here for the Illini, number 9, Chance Omerin. 19, David Kellner. Joey Caprio on the other end. Opilka, the assistant captain, and Drew Richter. And for the Lions, Green, Mitchell, Zagrodny, Rushmeyer, number 20, Brett Bauza. Rushmeyer, the goal scorer this afternoon, feeds it to Mitchell, and Mitchell with a hard shot. That one sails wide right of Barnhart off the boards behind the goal line. Mitchell again possesses the puck, and he heads back in, trying to work around Opilka. And that puck is laid out on the ice for Nick Green. Mitchell in the corner, up to Zagrodny in the slot. Checks one back to Mitchell, who promptly feeds it to his counterpart, assistant captain for the Illini, Tyler Opilka, and we're going to get a high stick on the play, whistle dead. 16-12 now are the shots. Face-off coming out to number 30, Cooper Cdots left in his own end.
Zagrodny batting that puck out of the air, trying to play it, but high stick on that puck, cannot do that.
One back by the Lions in their own zone. And here's Klamoski sweeping through his own end and over the red line into the Illini's territory. Klamoski again with the hustle to get over to the other side. Cannot find Lombardi. And Gandati takes a slash. They would work that puck up. Played back to Jack Graham, who banks it in softly. Townsend puts on the brakes. He has the puck. Touch pass to his defensive partner, Wilk. Hits his own man, number 12 for Lindenwood. That is Victor Lombardi from Arvada, Colorado. Played his minor hockey with the Boston Junior Bandits.
The EJHL. Always love myself a nice little game of EJHL hockey.
One of my good friends played in the EJHL, and prior to it being the EJHL, it used to be the EHL, Eastern Hockey League. He played for the Washington Junior Nationals and the New Jersey Titans.
A little history lesson here on ABW Presents Hockey. Broadcast isn't all baloney.
12:25 remaining in the second period. We are heading to the halfway point of this championship game. Luke Forfar with the puck at his feet, and he cannot kick it back to his stick. There is Klamoski below his goal line. And Colbeans cannot get a piece of it. It comes back to the Illini defense. Colbeans swoops in and watches the play over to the right-hand boards. Nerman now with it. And he's pressured there by McGing. James McGing able to be a thorn in the side there of Nermanen. And a nice move there by Lozano. And he stutter steps and spins around and ends up at the crease as Jake Barnhart settles it for the whistle.
Yeah, Lozano had thoughts of crashing the net there, but Barnhart says no, you don't. Freezes that one before Lozano can get there. And we have 11:45 remaining here in the second period, almost halfway through this hockey game. And Lindenwood holds a 1-0 lead off of a nice given goal from Hunter Rushmeyer, assisted by Jordan Klamoski, coming earlier in this period.
He took that one from that left circle, walked it in, and slid it 5-hole on Barnhart. We talked about how we thought this might be a tight-paced game, and to this point, it's living up to that billing. More of the same from this weekend. It has all been very, very evenly matched. Obviously, Illinois last night with a 1-goal win against the Bobcats 5-4. The Lions, too, won 2-1 over the Iowa State Cyclones.
An exciting weekend of hockey here, haven't we?
Over the outstretched stick of Lozano. There's a pretty silky Yamir Yager Washington Capitals jersey. Man, I'd like to get my hands on one of those.
Yeah, that is a really great look.
Can't ever forget about the legend that is Jaromir. Some of the best hair in hockey as we talk about the Hockey Hair All-Star team. I think that he could be the head coach.
Yeah, I think he's in the Hockey Hair Hall of Fame. He's one of the OGs of hockey hair.
In a utopian world, we'd all have hockey hair.
That's right.
Zach Mitchell over the blue line. Blocked by Richter on the way to the net. He'll settle it for Nolan. 17-12 now the shots. And high over everyone else. He connects with Kellner. Into the zone go the Illini. Richter shakes off number 8, Austin Wilk. Or excuse me, number 9, Tawny Heidsman. Kellner feeds it to Rittendale at the point. Shot by Rittendale. Through traffic, CDOT makes the save.
Tough save there for CDOT to make through traffic, but he's able to make it nonetheless and keep the 0 up on the board. 10:24 remaining in the second period. Lindenwood, if this score holds, they will repeat. It will be back-to-back CSCHL championships for the Lions. But still plenty of time left for things to change.
Caprio with the shot into the Lindenwood zone. Illinois looking for their first of the afternoon, trying to knot this one back up even. Coach Zombo and his Lions trying to have a say in that as we approach the halfway point of this game, just over the 10-minute mark here. Into the netting. Both sides head back to their benches, get some fresh legs out on the ice. Tommy Kolaz, Luke Forfar, and Bobby Ernsting on the forward unit for the Illini. Caprio and Opilka on the defense. Countering is Green, Mitchell, Zagrodny, the goal scorer Hunter Rushmeyer, and his defensive partner Brett Balza.
A rare center ice face-off in the middle of the period, not coming out to the goal. That's not one you see every day.
Balza dancing with it in his own end here behind the goal line. Finds his partner on the back end. Nick Green up ahead. 3-on-2 for Lindenwood. If they can find a man in, streaking down the left-hand post was Mitchell. He could not get the puck from Green, and Illinois goes the other way. Caprio in deep off of the side of the netting. Zagrodny able to settle it out of the air. Number 24 takes the shot. Rebound by Barnhart. Gets it back to the slot and turns it over to Luke Forfar. He'll be able to flip that one back out of harm's way.
Yeah, Barnhart making a huge save. Lindenwood came in streaking with a quick 2-on-1, but Barnhart says, no, you're not going to score there.
I could hear him all the way from here.
Yeah, I heard him say it.
James McGing fans on the shot. He gets a second opportunity. And Klamoski able to get in front of that one. Kreutzschank in the right-hand corner. Illinois watching the puck sweep around to the other side. There is Townsend. Tied up with McGing and Stuve out of play into the bleachers. And we're going to get a whistle.
Yeah, that goal. That puck heading out of play rather over the Lindenwood bench. Michael Hale's really ready to be in the game. Standing over there at the clipboard, scoring the game presumably with his helmet on. Always ready to go. Never know when you're going to need to be in the action.
We saw that yesterday as Cooper CDOT was forced into duty after Hales went out. He has done a great job since he went into the net for Lindenwood. No goals allowed to this point. Over the last 5 periods of play against the Iowa State Cyclones, CDOT had not allowed a goal as well, so he's working on some good numbers here and a good streak going.
That's right.
Number 8, Mark Candotti. Through the center of the ice, Drew Richter puts it on net on the touch. And there is CDOT again as he smothers it on the ice.
Yeah, both goalies being very protective of the puck, very passive in terms of playing the puck outside of the crease. We're seeing a lot of frozen pucks here today, Shane. Very tense times, playoff hockey. No goalie wants to make that mistake that costs their team, especially in a one-goal game like we have right here. Because if you ain't first, you're last.
Face off, one back to the boards. There is Nurminen, Oppo Nurminen, the Helsinki, Finland native. Spending some time in southeastern Ohio this weekend. I'm not sure if he ever thought he would be here when he was back home, but here he is.
I'm sure this place here in Athens is a little bit different than Finland.
Or maybe not so much. I can't tell you. I've never been there.
Yeah, nor have I. Maybe we'll have
to go take a trip, yeah? We'll go with Oppo.
Yeah.
Maybe over the summer, I'll ask him.
Yeah, ask him for a tour.
I think he would probably decline that request, but maybe not.
Don't know unless you ask, right? Closed mouths don't get fed.
That's very true. Wise words of Ethan Graham as Tommy Colas finally knots things up here. What a great shot there by number 26. He picks C-Dot's pocket, sends it high over his right shoulder, and buries it where Grandma keeps her cookies.
Yeah, Tommy Colas with an excellent shot right there to tie this game at 1. Call him Tommy Colas. 7:09 remaining here in the second period.
And Illinois feeling themselves after that. They are knotted up in the CSCHL championship game. Lindenwood going to have to go back to the drawing board here as they try to retake the lead. The centerman tie up at the red line to start things back up here. Deep behind C-Dot for Carlson, and he'll sweep it out. Kendati rushes back into his own end. Takes a body from Katoad, Katoad again wreaking havoc down low. Chipped out in front of the net to Carlson, and he flicked that one away from Barnhart. Back in the neutral zone for Bauza. Meeting him is Ernsting. And Ernsting gets the better of that battle as he's able to work it back in. Victor Lombardi with the kick up to Owad. Flipped in on the backhand. Lions to the bench. Stu looking to accept the feed, and he takes it, but he cannot control it. 6:12 left as Illinois ices the puck.
Illinois nearly caught up on the shot clock after that Tommy Colas goal. It's 1-1 now. Very important goal to tie this game at 1. The next one's certainly going to be huge in a close game like this. The Illinois bench is fired up. Lots of chatter coming from their direction right now, Shane.
Coach Nick Fabrini trying to keep his guys into the game here. I don't think they'll have too much of a problem as they know what's on the line here. And ding dong at the door is the CSCHL championship.
That's right. We saw the trophy out there while we were getting a beverage during the intermission. Looks great.
A beautiful piece of hardware.
Certainly.
We'd like to think that whoever wins this might have a good time with that trophy here tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will, as they should. Very deservedly so. But both of these teams, certainly two of the best teams in the CSCHL, deserve to be playing for this trophy right now.
In come the Illini. Suv trying to center one for Quickshank out in the slot. That one sails out of the zone. Back into neutral territory as Mitch Reese goes D to D. Nick Green and his line out here for the Lions. Shot there by Mitchell. Blocked it away by Barnhart. McGing and Stu. McGing calls for the puck, and he opens up for a shot, and he did not get a good feed on that one. Took a bad angle and had to think otherwise. Kalu now with it. Right-hand circle shot by Kalu. Good save by Barnhart. Off the boards by Caprio, back out of play. And there is Wilk. Nermanen now, the defenseman. Fans on the shot, pressured there by Nolan. Play goes to the boards and back out.
Good play there by Riddendale to separate Nermanen from the puck. It was not an easy task.
Down in the left-hand corner. And up to the point. Joe Nolan walking with it. Joe Nolan takes a shot, flips it off the glass below the goal line. It comes to the point once more. And here is Kalu. Kalu has had his name mentioned plenty of times here today, a factor in this contest. A big-bodied right winger. Certainly can do damage with a puck on his stick. Here's Bauza, shot by Bauza into the I logo of Barnhart for the whistle.
3:53 remaining here in the second period. Ethan Graham, Shane Dazen with you on the final day of the CSCHL Championship. Lindenwood looking to repeat as the tournament champions. They got out to a first period lead on a goal by Hunter Rushmeyer, but Tommy Colas coming back and tying the game at 1 here in the second period.
And leaping up to try to settle that was Brett Bauza, putting on the theatrics there. A nice jump by number 20. Here is Lindenwood. Good shot there by Klamoski. He swatted that one toward Barnhart. A better save there by number 1. Still knotted up here, as Ethan mentioned, 1-1 as we approach the end of 2. Both teams looking for the advantage heading into the locker room in the final period of play. We saw last night Illinois score with 9 seconds left in the period to take a 5-3 lead over Ohio after 2. We're going to get a whistle here. Having a word with the ref is number 20, Brett Bauza. Looks as though he's going to be heading to the box. Bauza will sit for 2. It's going to be a slash to Bauza.
Yeah, Bauza has taken 2 penalties today. We saw him take one in the first. Like I mentioned the first time Brett was in the box, this is not a guy that Lindenwood wants to have in the box. He has been one of the best defensemen on ice all weekend. Great size, great skill, and a high level of hockey IQ from number 20, Brett Bauza. Illinois is going to get another chance on the power play here. Lindenwood's going to be forced to kill one off.
Face off in the neutral zone. Interesting that they dropped the puck here, just shy of the Illini offensive zone. And in first is Kolaz. He is the goal scorer for the Illini. Dragged down on the play by Green, and meeting the action along the boards was Mitch Reese. Green to Townsend. And short-handed, Lions take the puck into the Illini zone. Getting a stick on it was number 10, Nick Green. Nevertheless, Illinois advances. Down low is Joey Rittendale, the defenseman. He'll try to get back as he heads to the bench. Joey Caprio now out, as well as Joe Nolan on the back end.
This is an absolutely critical part of the hockey game. Like you mentioned, Shane, Illinois able to score 2 goals the last minute of the second period last night, and that was really the difference in the game. Here they come again.
And folks, we want to correct ourselves here. Not a power play for either side. 4-on-4 is offsetting penalties to Bauza and Stephen Quinn. We'll correct the thinking there. We didn't see Stephen Quinn head to the box until a little bit later.
You know, Bauza was the first one initially headed off to the box. I'm sure the referees changed their mind. Decided Quinn was a member of the guilty party as well.
A war of words probably there, as those two guys could not separate themselves. We've seen a pretty clean weekend of hockey here for the most part. Obviously physical, obviously a bit chippy at times, but not a ton of penalties called from the referees here this weekend. They're letting the boys play.
As they should. You know, it's that time of year you want to figure out who the better team is. Don't want the referees to interfere with that process.
Hunter Rushmeyer below the goal line. Up top is Heinzman, and he has time to walk it in. Shot by Heinzman in the slot. Over to the right-hand corner. Opilka. Stutter steps. Out of the zone he comes. Skating away from Colbeans is Opilka, and he takes it all the way down the other end. North-south game strong for number 22. Joe Nolan engaging Colbeans. Colbeans has his shot blocked by Nolan, and here comes Cruikshank. Down the right-hand circle, he'll put on the brakes. Shot into the netting. Townsend got a piece of it.
Unfortunate there for Eric Cruikshank, looking to put that puck on net. He's found his way on the score sheet a couple of times this weekend. Cruikshank's hot, like a nice pizza pie. He's on fire.
Not happy with himself after that. An explicitive coming from the bench. Not sure if you guys caught that at home. We won't repeat it.
No, it is not suitable for these airwaves.
Chance Omerin loses the face-off to the Lions. This is Komowski over the blue line and whacking one that is knocked into the air. 1 minute remaining in the period. 22-16 are the shots in favor of the Lions, but the score is 1-1 thanks to a Tommy Kolaz pocket picker.
An absolutely beautiful goal from Kolaz. Absolutely beautiful. Wonderful stuff. It's pretty.
Tommy Kolaz having a nice year. The 5'10", 175-pound forward On the bench now is Richter, Kellner, and Chance Omerin take the ice. Up top for Illinois, Carlson, Klomoski, and Oad for the Lions. Back on the blue line for Lindenwood, Mitch Reese and Jake Townsend. And for Illinois, Nolan and Rittendale. Face off in the Lions zone. Second period almost through. Kellner can't catch up to the play. Back out for the Lions. Here is Klomoski. Klomoski in along. Another shot as it settles in the slot, and Lindenwood buries it. Jordan Klomoski started the play, left it there in the middle of the ice. And Lindenwood takes the 2-1 lead. It looks as though it'll be Carlson who will get the goal. Alexander Carlson found a juicy rebound that Illinois could not control low. Slid it past Barnhart. And we talked about those goals in the last minute of the period, how big they are. Who would be able to get one? It is Rick Zombo and his Lions.
Yeah, the Swede import Alex Carlson able to follow up that Klomoski shot and put the Lions on the board. Finish this period, it's 2-1, a huge goal. Those ones are really important. Momentum just shifted a whole lot in this game.
Lindenwood will look to prevent Illinois from equalizing before the period ends, and that'll probably do it as they start the rush back the other way. They have another one! And wow, the floodgates have opened here. It's number 10 for the Lions. Nick Green takes the feed and slides it home.
A huge goal by Lindenwood. They have the rush. Momentary lapse by Illinois, and Lindenwood, they don't score a lot of goals, but they will make you pay for it if you're not careful. A huge goal with exactly 5 seconds remaining in this period to put Lindenwood up 3-1, but I'll tell you what, it's a 2-goal lead, and that is the most dangerous lead in the game of hockey.
Now, we know that well. And that takes the wind out of the sails of the Illini as the period ends. A very, very quiet bench now as they look to show some resolve in the third period. Down 3-1. Nick Green, the final tally of the second frame for the Lindenwood Lions. A great feed there, and he was wide open down that left-hand side. Barnhart didn't have much to do with it there. No defenseman back, no action there to try to break up that play.
Yeah, I mean, all he could do is sprawl himself out and just try and throw his body at the other puck, but unfortunately, Lindenwood picks the pocket of an Illinois player back the other way, finished a nice 2-on-1 scoring opportunity. You can't have that for Illinois, especially in a game that's going to be as tight as this. We should have a very exciting finish. Look for Illinois to come out desperate and have a huge push to start the third period.
4 goals in the second period. That's a little bit more like it. We were scoreless after 1. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and we were back. We're going to get you guys ready for the final period of the CSCHL Championship. Lindenwood up 3-1, looking to capture their second straight title. And we are back for the final period of the CSCHL Championship. 0-0 after one. 4 goals in the second. Will be guys filled in at home. The first goal scorer of the day, Hunter Rushmeyer. A nice shot through the legs of Jake Barnhart, assisted by Jordan Kamasi. That got Lindenwood up 1-0 to start things off here. Tommy Kolas picking C-Dot's pocket. Those were assisted by Nolan and Rittendale, and that knotted things up for the Illini. Alexander Carlson getting the second goal for Lindenwood here today, assisted by Cade Oad, and finishing things off in the second with 5 seconds left. Nick Green assisted from Zach Mitchell. So Lindenwood up 3-1 now here at the start of the third. We're going to send it back down to the ice and let you guys catch the last 20 minutes here at Bird Arena. A lot of chitter chatter down on the ice as things get started back up for both clubs. Joining me here is Ethan Graham to my left. I'm Shane Dazen for ABW Presents Hockey. We also do a weekly YouTube show that is also on Facebook. You can find that at Ohio Sports Zone. That is Ohio Sports Zone.
It's great entertainment. It's family friendly. It's very informative.
24 seconds off the clock. 25-17 are the shots in favor of the Lions. This one down in the Illini zone. Barnhart squaring up as Cruikshank takes the face-off. Cruikshank does win it. Nolan soft off the back end to McGing. And McGing moves it along. And backtracking is number 8, Austin Wilk. And he sets up Heinzman and looks for the feed back to himself. 2 cannot connect. Illinois has it. Rittendale off the glass, out of play, and we're going to get an icing.
First stoppage of this third period, 19:10 remaining. And Lindenwood scoring 2 opportunistic goals last minute of the third period, and that is so far the difference in this one. Illinois still plenty of time left, but got to be playing with a sense of urgency and a high level of intensity, 100% intensity to finish this period. There's a shot off the post!
And that one rung the iron pretty heavy there as Jake Barnhart gives his post a pat, thanking him for making the save. Cruikshank and Green at the dot to Barnhart's right. False start on the faceoff. We'll try that again.
Try it once more. Gotta get it right. Can't be jumping in that faceoff dot circle. You know that, Shane.
Looks like Green's gonna get booted here. Tommy Heinzman will take it for the Lions. And he does win it back to Green. Green tried to tuck it low as he made his way to the net. Jumping the gun off the draw was number 10. He got the last goal of the period for the Lions. As we mentioned earlier, 5 seconds left to put his team up 2 here. James McGing, the leading point getter for Illinois, trying to be a difference maker here as he looks to cut this lead in half.
Tall task in front of them is Barnhart. Freezes that one, slows it down. Face-off will be coming to Barnhart's left. Hunter Rushmeyer, one of the defensemen out there in the ice for Lindenwood, scored a beautiful first goal to open the scoring of this game in the second period. Let's see if he considers putting this one on net.
Kendotti and Graham on the defense for Illinois. Kellner, Richter, and Omerin out on the forward unit. And countering them is Oad, Carlson, and Kamasi up top. Rushmeyer and Bauza down low for the Lions. D-to-D, Graham to Kendotti. Shoveling one on the backhand. Doesn't get it very far. Back into the Illini zone. Graham in first for Illinois. Moves it along to the half wall on the right-hand side. And there is Kellner. And skittling in goes the puck. Another board play and another icing. As 2 minutes have poured off the clock here in the third.
Icing. The call is the face-off will be moving to the other end of the ice. Let's see what Illinois can do off this face-off. We've seen them score some goals shooting the puck from the blue line off face-offs. A lot of good offense coming from the Illinois defensemen.
And Illinois now in the offensive zone. Stephen Quinn tries to make a pass to Caprio. That one sails into the air. Zagrodny can't catch up to it in the neutral zone. Turning around with it is Novosel, and he sends one C-Dot's way. That one goes off the back end to C-Dot's right. The play goes now in the corner. Back up top for Caprio. Finds his partner in Opilka. Opilka with the release. Novosel again. In the corner and back up. And there is Caprio as the puck goes over the blue line. Swatted back in by the Illini. And flying is John Moskaluk. He's trying to interrupt the play. Lindenwood composes itself and gets it out. Heinzman to the net. Scooped up by Barnhart for the whistle.
Barnhart really been active in the crease this period so far. He's stopped 24 of 27. I'm sure he'd like those first two back, but not much he could do on that third one. He's really slowed the game down quite a bit here to open this third period of play. 16:58 remaining.
Illinois wins the draw in their own end. Kolaz. And Nolan can't connect. And is Forfar on the ice now for the Illini. Joined by number 24, assistant captain Bobby Ernstein. And number 2, captain Joey Rittendale. The Illini send out number 16, Dom Colbeans. Mike Lozano, number 28. And Tommy Heinzman, number 9. Joining them is Oppo Nurmanen, the Helsinki product, and Austin Wilk, number 8.
Any team really with any good scoring chances so far to start this period. Lindenwood really being a little bit more passive, playing off the puck, playing a defensive game. Really want to make an effort to protect this 2-goal lead. It's only 60 minutes separating them from repeating as CSCHL tournament champions.
Stuve to Kreutzschank, and Kreutzschank with a lethal wrister there. Cannot put it on net. And back out to Klomoski in the other side of the ice. Klomoski loses his edge. Play to the neutral zone now. McGing trying to check one in. Met at the blue line by the Lions. Klomoski having a tough time keeping his footing here as he heads back to the bench. He'll have to check his skate out. And there is Stuve at the blue line trying to work it back to McGing. He didn't have an angle to make the pass. The Lions bank it off the glass. Off of McGing's right knee. Maybe fortuitously a bounce to Kellner from that knee of McGing. McGing now spinning around below the goal line, trying to catch up to the puck. Kellner again. Works it up to Caprio. Past the outstretched leg of number 19, David Kellner. That one goes around the boards into the neutral zone. To the red line and no further. McGing takes it on for the Illini. Looking to work around Mitchell. Instead, he'll pass it. McGing open up top. Winds up. Thinks twice. Sends it through. And a good tip in the middle of the ice there. Trying to redirect that one on net. Instead, it goes behind C-Dot. Lindenwood will work it back out. So Grodny angles it with his skate into the Illini zone. They'll get a change.
Lindenwood a beautiful job of containing that puck and playing great defense. Illinois was able to possess the puck and really spent some time with it in their offensive zone, but Lindenwood keeping everything in front of them, forcing Illinois to the corners of the ice. Textbook puck containment.
Kellner's still out here for the Illini. He's been out here for the last minute, 32 minutes, having himself quite a shift, and he's not stopping anytime soon. Still turning and burning as he gets a piece of the puck and finally does head to the bench. They're going to say that he missed that, actually. They're going to give Lindenwood the benefit of the doubt. Illinois icing as the faceoff now comes down to Barnhart.
Icing is the call. Play stop. 13:54 remaining here in the second period.
Not so sure if that was the right call, to be honest with you. We had a great look at that from up here in the nest, and I think that he might have got a piece of that puck as he headed back to the bench, but nevertheless, the Lions get a break and they will take the face-off in the offensive zone. Illinois doesn't have to worry too much about that as they win the draw and get it back out once more. And a tumble by Wilk and a great chance for Novosel as Wilk almost cost his team the 2-goal lead. There to recover was Cedon. And into the neutral zone, the play goes now. Angled in by Heinzman. He'll head to the bench. There is Nolan to take the feed below the goal line. Quinn off the boards. Follows his own pass. Moskaluk out here, as well as Cruikshank. Rittendale and Nolan, as we mentioned, on the defense. Victor Lombardi, Alexander Carlson, and Kate Oad for Lindenwood are joined by Brett Bauza and Hunter Rushmeyer.
Beautiful deflection there by Owad off that Rushmeyer shot. An even better save from Barnhart as that puck goes out of play. I know you were talking about the referees maybe missing that icing call. We could really use the benefit of some sort of ACHA replay system, or maybe a Science Seabird Arena replay system. I don't know where they would locate that. Maybe at my grandma's house or something? I don't know.
Grandma lives pretty close.
She does. She's
an Athens resident.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll see.
Or a pop.
Yeah.
I'll take a pop.
What do you call it, pop or soda?
A lot of people in Pittsburgh call it pop, but I'm a soda guy.
I call it pop. A lot of people I've noticed in Ohio call it pop. Notice the further you go west, the more they call it soda.
It's always interesting to get different dialects, those different lingos, some hometown words, if you will. We've got quite a bit of them in Pittsburgh, obviously. In the South they say y'all, we say yins. So for all those who have never heard that before, y'all and yins synonymous with each other. Another shot and he buries it. Nick Green with his second of the day. Rips one past Barnhart and gives his team the 3-goal lead with 12 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the game. Nick Green having himself an afternoon here. He is just 10 or so, 12 minutes away from potentially hosting a championship game, or hosting a championship, excuse me. He might be the MVP here today for Lindenwood with those efforts.
Yeah, yesterday it was Zach Mitchell with 2 goals. Today it's Nick Green, his second of the game, and that one was a big one to put Lindenwood up 3. Going to take a huge rally from Illinois. We've seen them do it before. They're more than capable, but they got to start right now winning these minutes.
Down 3, Coach Fabrini and his club will have to put the pedal to the metal here. Last night, we saw Illinois up 2 after 2 periods of play. Ohio was the one trying to come back. They scored a goal, but Illinois stood strong. And they're going to have to stand on their feet once more here and really try to pressure Lindenwood. Still has some time to work with. Ernsting into the offensive zone. Can't get it around Heinzman. And a big hit there by Kalu. And Kellner is feeling that. A hit to the head by Kalu. Puck into the crease, whistle down. No call on the hit to the head, but Kellner was grabbing his bucket there after that.
Yeah, delicious glove save there from Cooper Cedot to sprawl out to his left and extend his left arm and impale that one with his glove.
Shot by Jack Graham from the point off the faceoff. Does not make its way through. That puck bounces over the Illionized blue line. Ken Doughty rushing back. Whistle dead on the ice.
11:19 remaining in this one, in regulation at least. Game's flying by too.
It's been like that all weekend long. Can't really explain it. It seems like when we were here, for Ohio's games earlier in the season, it took, a considerable amount of time for us to get through all the action. But this weekend, maybe it's the lack of penalties. These games just flying by.
Yeah, these games are. I give the referees a lot of credit for letting the boys play as well.
Kamoski gets it back out to the neutral zone. in below the goal line of Barnhart. And there's Carlson. Puck stolen away from him by Forfar. Drew Richter trying to knock around Klomoski. That puck whistled down.
Yeah, Klomoski's had a really strong game too. We saw him get that on the board there in the first. Really has great speed as well. He's shown us that all weekend too.
The Illini right now have some trouble making their way into the offensive zone as they try to erase this deficit. It's going to take a collective effort, maybe some groupthink for these guys to get on the same page.
Yeah, groupthink usually a bad thing, but maybe not in this scenario.
That shot by Mitchell, gloved away by Jake Barnhart. He got a piece of it. That one goes to the corner and back out. Hard off the boards by Mitch Reese.
Illinois knows this is their last chance to win the CSCHL tournament. You're sensing they're giving it a push right now. One last-ditch effort to get on the board and make a game out of this.
Right-hand corner in the Illini offensive zone. Caprio could not keep it in. Joe Rittendale back in for the Illini. Cruikshank on the forecheck. And he puts the body on the Lindenwood defender. That is Mitch Reese. CDOT paddles it to the other way. Kolaz and Cruikshank converge in the corner. That is Townsend and number 10, Nick Green, engaging for the Lions over the outstretched arm of Nolan. Stuve hugging the right-hand wall. He'll circle back. Kolaz with the feed in the slot. Coming down the middle of the ice through the neutral zone, and he gets it in. And he gets it in deep.
Someone's lost a glove down there.
Stuve.
Looks like Oppo.
To his feet. Oppo had his glove knocked off. Puts it back on his right hand. As Stuve had an opportunity out front, and he fanned on that shot. Maybe a little bit too quick with the trigger there. He had a second or two more to work with to try to get that one off.
8.5 minutes remaining in this one. Time definitely becoming a factor. We'll see how early Fabrini moves Jake Barnhart out of the net.
Blocked by his own man as Rittendale tried to send that to the net. Robbie Ernsting got a piece of that one. Illini back to the bench, catching their breaths as James McGing and co come out here for Illinois, and Coach Fabrini, David Kellner on the ice. Chance Omerin as well. Joe Nolan on the defense with Rittendale. Saved there by Jake Barnhart with 8:07 left. Shots now 29-20 in favor of Lindenwood.
Shane, I want to ask you one final time this season to provide us an update of your boy, Dansby the Rabbit. Now, for those of us who don't watch the Ohio University hockey broadcast every weekend, we always like to provide our fans an update of Dansby the Rabbit. So, Shane, how has Dansby been? Has he been a good boy?
Dan's been pretty good, I guess. Right now, my roommate's girlfriend went home for the weekend, so her cat is staying at our place. That's been interesting, watching those two run up and down the steps, chasing after each other. Makes me a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest with you. I never want anything bad to happen to either of them, but I mean, I like my little boy, and he's a lot smaller than the cat, so we've been having a good time at home, trying to separate the two and keep the antics to a minimum.
Yeah, it's quite the petting zoo in your house.
It's a menagerie, that is for sure.
Certainly.
7:50 left in the contest. Lindenwood up 4-1, looking for their second straight CSCHL title. Last year they won in double overtime, 3-2, against the Bobcats of Ohio. Rick Zombo looking to add some more hardware to his collection. Former NHLer and head coach of the Lions. Doing a great job corralling the troops this year.
Yeah,
keeping them focused.
Using some of that professional knowledge and experience, asserting it here at the ACHA collegiate level.
Chance Omerin in deep. And he'll head backward to the bench. Goes number 9. Forfar also off the ice for the Illini. Out is Quinn and Novosel. Joining them is John Moskaluk. And Novosel look to ladle. Number 20, Brett Bauza instead. Bauza shakes him off and heads to the bench. Nola Moskaluk cannot connect. In is number 17, John Moskaluk. And he'll backtrack as the Lions take it out of their own zone. That is Zach Mitchell over the red line. Picked off by number 14, Neil Novosel. Townsend in the corner. Takes a hit, makes the play. Back up to Mitchell. 2 goals yesterday for number 23, Zach Mitchell. He sends one on the net. That one skips off of the netting on the side of the cage to the point for Townsend, and he'll snap that one forward to Barnhart's crease. Barnhart finds the puck over to his left and smothers it for the whistle.
I think a big part of why Lindenwood's been able to jump out to a 3-goal lead and why they're having so much success on offense is because they're wearing out Jake Barnhart with all these screens and all this traffic in front of him, really making life hard to see the puck. It wears you down after a while. It has to be physically exhausting for number 1 in orange and blue.
Oppo Normanen on the point, watching the play. And he is a big, big defenseman. Some would call him a moose.
Yeah, I would say so.
Absolute size there for Oppo Normanen. We talk about how that plays here, and we saw him on the back end. We saw him getting deep earlier in the contest. So many options when you're that big and you've got that big of a reach.
Definitely helps out. Size not a requirement in the game of hockey, as we've seen with Ohio all year. They're not the biggest team, but the most physical, and what they don't have in size, they make up in speed. But Lindenwood, probably the biggest team we've seen all year in the ACHA and the CSCHL. Really makes it easy for them to play a defensive game, and when you have size, you can often get a significant amount of velocity behind your shots, especially slap shots.
Face-off won by the Lions. Rushmeyer had his shot interfered with on the way to the net. That one bounced around before Barnhart whistled it down. 5:34 remaining in the game. A 3-goal lead for the Lions. Things looking up for Lindenwood as they look to ice out the final few minutes of this game and take home their 2nd title in as many years. Illinois right now, with their backs against the wall, need a goal very quickly if they want to consider making some magic out of this one.
Yeah, things are looking bleak. They need to possess the puck right now, but Lindenwood's doing a great job of suffocating Illinois when they attempt to break out of the zone. That happens again. Hunter Rushmeyer picks that puck off right at the red line.
Nick Green with a fancy play there along the boards, able to keep the puck away from Kellner, but he could not keep McGing from trying to touch that one back up. Finally, the Lindenwood Lions get it out. That is Zach Mitchell, and he's badgered by Kellner. Barnhart decides to settle it instead of play it on. Mitchell takes a face wash from assistant captain Tyler Opilka.
Yeah, Illinois clearly getting frustrated out there right now. Tension's boiling over. A lot of obscenities coming from their bench. A lot of stick slamming and door slamming. Come so far, but looking like it's going to all be for 9 right now. There's still time left, though. You never know what can happen here in the ACHA.
It's not all for naught, I don't think. I think they've had a great season. They certainly, are going to feel a little bit sour about the fact that they couldn't get it done if that ends up being the case. But at the end of the day, you can't be too mad about where you were at this year, what you did. Some great plays, some great individual efforts, some great team victories. Obviously, last night being one of them. Lindenwood challenging opponent for Illinois, but they've gotten the job done against some absolute talent this year.
Yeah, they really have. Good hockey team. Still have time to go on a run in ACHA Nationals.
We'll see if Coach Fabrini and his club do rebound from what looks like it could be a tough loss here today if things hold up. 2 weeks away from the ACHA National Tournament in Columbus, Ohio at the Ice House there. Very cool building. I like that layout a lot, the brick. It's a nice touch. I think the aesthetic is very pleasing for the ACHA, and they always love hosting it there.
Yeah, they always do a great job. Pretty central to where a lot of these teams are, too, in the Midwest or northern part of the United States.
Columbus a very innovative city, if you will. They're up and coming. The technology sector in the CBJ flourishing there as Jordan Komofsky hears that death march all the way to the sin bin. He'll sit for two. 3:51 left in the game. Illinois with a power play opportunity. They're 0 for 2 on the day on the man advantage. 32-21 are the shots now. Lindenwood opening up an 11-shot lead. Cato Ad skates to his position across from Forfar. And play starts back up once more. Opilka over to Ernsting. On the far end of that left-hand circle is Ernsting. And he feeds it low. Forfar along the hash. Send it to Kreutzschenk, back to Kreutzschenk once more from the point. And he'll send a shot on net. Saved by CDOT for the whistle.
A couple of huge saves there by CDOT after he gives up that rebound after a heavy shot. Good ability to move to his side and make another stop. Not let Illinois get any sense of momentum or any possibility of getting back in this game as Jake Barnhart has exited the crease here with 3:27 left. Illinois trying desperately to get back into this one. They have an extra man out there.
Kreutzschenk with an admirable job getting that face-off back to his man, James McGing. McGing put one on net and kicked around in the crease for a little bit and went to the boards. Back up top now for Bobby Ernsting, and he has it. Cross ice, touch pass from Kreutzschenk back to Opilka. Opilka acting as the quarterback here on the power play. He'll send one on net. That one quite literally kicked back out by Bauza.
Yeah, good play there by Bauza. You can use any part of the body. You can't use the feet to score, but can you use them to move the puck?
McGing again, walking the middle of the zone. Shot by McGing. Fluttering to the half wall on the left-hand side. Another cross-ice pass for Kreutzschenk. He'll look for options. He has McGing. And McGing can't settle it. McGing will circle the zone once again. Kellner with the puck at his feet. Oh, and Bobby Ernsting can't catch up to that one. He'll send one back on net. CDOT watches it into his glove, and we're going to get some pushing and shoving here as Kellner takes exception, to Hunter Rushmeyer.
Yeah, Hunter Rushmeyer doing a good job defensively, just trying to move people out of the front of the net. He's done a good job of that all game. Brett Bauza looking like he's going to be sent off to the box. I saw him slam his stick against someone else's stick on the ice. We'll see what the official call is. Bauza clearly a little frustrated, but I'm sure he'll feel a little bit better in 2 minutes and 25 seconds if Lindenwood's able to hang on for the win. Looks like we're going to have a timeout called as both teams gathering on their bench.
Right now, Bauza the only one going to the box after the whistle. So it looks as though it'll be a 5-on-3 for the Illini here with 2:25 left. And we look at what's going on in this hockey game. At the end of the second period, Lindenwood scored 2 goals in 30 seconds to take the 3-1 lead into the locker room. And with a 5-on-3 opportunity right now, if Illinois can somehow find a way to put 2 goals up very quickly, you know, they might be right back in this game.
Got to get one first. That has to happen right now.
Good opportunity here. As CDOT can't find the puck, it kicks back out. Rittendale moves it to Stuve on the right-hand side. Stuve delaying. Shot by Stuve through traffic and to the right-hand corner. Colas behind the net. Nolan goes to him. Rittendale there. Touch pass from Rittendale, one-timer. High up into CDOT, but he is there for the save. 1:52 left in the game. Only 1 second left on the 2-man advantage for Illinois. They'll still have 1:26 to work with on the power play after that first penalty expires.
Give CDOT a lot of credit. He stopped 25 of 26 to this point. He's really looking great here in the last couple minutes of the game.
One on by the Illini, D-to-D, and a shot by Opilka blocked out in front. Kreutzschenk over to Ernsting. Nice pass there from Ernsting to Opilka. Down low again, and that puck was in the crease, and a great save by Alexander Carlson as he swats it back out. That one got hairy for a second for Lindenwood. Carlson composed himself and made the play. We talked about what Cooper Cedot's been able to do today. He got the win for Lindenwood yesterday, moved to 9-1-1 on the season. If he gets a dub today, it'll be his 10th. He had a 134 goals against and a 942 save percentage in the regular season.
Yeah,
so he and Hale have been great. Excuse me. He and Hale have been great together. Sorry for interrupting you there, bud. 40 seconds left on the power play for Illinois. Out here now is James McGing, Bobby Ernsting, John Moskaluk, Luke Forfar, number 44, Tommy Kolaz, and Tyler Opilka. To the bench goes Barnhart. They'll pull the goalie. They don't have much to lose now, down 3 with only a minute remaining in the game. Lindenwood just 60 seconds away from capturing its second straight CSCHL title. Looks as though they're going to get the job done here at Bird Arena on this very paltry February weekend. It's been rainy all weekend. It's been kind of cold, but the hockey here has been hot.
Yeah, maybe appropriate weather for a nice bowl of homemade chicken noodle soup.
Very true. We might have to go out to the grocery store and get the ingredients to put that together after this, eh?
Yeah, perhaps. We'll see. We'll see, Shane.
30 seconds and counting. Lindenwood starting to realize the magnitude of what is about to incur here. And that one flutters to the net. Nice feed by McGing. He calls for the puck as his man, Tommy Kolas, decides to give it to Nolan instead. Nolan now around Mitchell, and with 10 seconds left, Illinois will bow out of the CSCHL tournament. And your Lindenwood Lions, if you are a St. Charles, Missouri native or a fan of the university, are going to win the CSCHL. A 4-1 victory here today over Illinois. Lindenwood getting the job done here this weekend, grinding out a 2-1 dub yesterday against Iowa State in what was a tough contest. This game was very even early on, and Lindenwood found a way to get it done at the end of 2. They put in 2 goals with 30 seconds left in the period, added 1 more here, and that's all she wrote, folks. Lindenwood takes home their second in a row.
Yeah, Lindenwood, like you said, closed out the second period really strong, and then stepped on the neck here in the third period, didn't let Illinois get back in the game. Illinois pulls the goalie late, about 4.5 minutes left, got some good chances, but Cooper Cedot, I think the story of this weekend, I think the MVP of this Lindenwood hockey team personally, comes in a tough spot in relief yesterday, doesn't allow a single goal. Very hard to come into the game cold when you're a goalie. You don't get time to warm up like in baseball, and then comes back today. Michael Hale's on the bench, probably could have gone if there was an emergency situation, but buys Lindenwood some time moving forward into the ACHA tournament to get Hales healthy. And I mean, what a weekend for the Lindenwood Lions. Congratulations to them. They truly earned it. Definitely the best team here at the ACHA tournament.
Congratulations to the winner. Congratulations really to everybody that came out here this weekend. Some tough fought games. Obviously, everybody other than Lindenwood doesn't like the result of the final tournament, but at the end of the day, you can't say enough about the hockey at the compete level. Really, just the sportsmanship as well. These guys, at the end of the day, are all friends. They all play the same game. They all, want the same thing. So I think regardless, they're going to be a little bit salty about the fact that they didn't get done, but I think that, they can put things aside at the end of the day and, still shake hands just like we saw there. So that was really nice to see. It was a great weekend. We're going to send it back down to the ice now as the trophy is going to be presented to the Lions. Illini lining up on their own blue line to watch the ceremony.
The 2018 Central States Collegiate Hockey League Playoffs Tournament Most Valuable Player Award goes to goaltender number 30, Cooper Cedot from Lindenwood University. Will the captains from Lindenwood University please come forward to accept the Central States Collegiate Hockey League Playoffs Trophy and the William Easton Cup. Accepting for Lindenwood University are Captain number 28, Michael Lozano, and Assistant Captains number 8, Austin Wilk, number 18, Cade Owad, and number 24, Graham Zagrodny. The Central States Collegiate Hockey League would like to congratulate both Lindenwood University and the University of Illinois on a great season. A special thanks to our playoffs host, Ohio University. Next year's Central States Collegiate Hockey League playoffs will take place at Lindenwood University. This concludes today's award ceremony.
So there you have it, folks. The trophies have been handed out. MVP Cooper Cedot and his club getting the job done here, capturing their second trophy in a row. They know what that feels like. They've done it twice. And you can't say enough about this weekend, about the hockey, about the CSCHL in general. I think this league is in great hands. Thanks to guys like Lindenwood, thanks to guys like Ohio, thanks to guys like Illinois and the rest of the bunch. So it has been a blast calling this tournament. We've had 4 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
Voice is starting to feel a little bit rough after all that. Gonna have to go home and have some soup like he mentioned. But you know what? From everybody here, from Ethan Graham, from Shane Dazen, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for sticking with us for the entire weekend. We've had a great time broadcasting out to Ames, Iowa, to St. Charles, Missouri, here in Ohio, you know, everywhere you guys may be or may not be watching. You know, thank you so much. So from our production crew, we'd like to give another shout out to our guys, Adam, Ryan, Zach, Matt, Noah Wolf, who is going to be joining our broadcast next year. Noah, if you want to come over here really quick, we'd like to introduce him. He is a freshman here at Ohio University. He's going to be doing the calls with Ethan. I'm going to be graduating, so that is going to be fun. If you just want to, you know, introduce yourself and get guys ready for next season.
Yeah, I'm really excited to join the broadcast. As you mentioned, my name is Noah Wolf, and I'll be joining Ethan on the call next year, and I'm just really excited to get this done. This great production, great hockey team here at Bird Arena, and it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun indeed. Thank you guys for sticking with us, and have a great rest of your February day.